Welcome, ladies and gents, to an awesome showdown between myself as the Nurgle, going up against a rubber duck of war as those sneaky Slaanesh. So the map is going to be the Silver Spire. Yeah, a little bit controversial here on this one. We do have home points for each other. As you can see here, we are going to have the Domination Point 3, which is quite close to my spawn, and then the Domination Point 1 quite close to Ducky. But here for his troops today, we are going to have the very fast infantry, the Daemonettes of Slaanesh. 5 units of these bad ladies indeed. 54 speed, good armor-piercing weapon strength, as well as here good charge bonuses and the devastating flanker, making them good shock infantry indeed. 2 units of the Marauder Spears, very good there in the back for capturing, and also the nice cheap Lord. So we are going to have the Herald of Slaanesh here on a Seeker. Going to be with the Arcane Conduit, backed up by the Soul Siphon. Now, she is going to be of the Slaanesh magic, which is going to have the Slicing Shards. So if you did see my last video, you'll see just how powerful this bombardment spell really is. We're also going to have the Hysterical Frenzy, going to be a very good buff, but it does cause you to rampage, plus the Pain of Slaanesh. We're also going to be having the Chaos Fury Summons, backed up here by the Locus of Grace, just to prevent any sniping. So, for the forces of Nurgle and myself, we are going to be having 5 units of Nurglings in the front, backed up here by the Triple Forsaken, and of course, the Plague Father. So, Kugarth is going to be here. He's going to have the Children of Nurgle, also the Slime Trail, and the Nurgling Infestation, backed up here by a Rancid spell. So, this is basically going to be Spirit Leech, also here with the Miasma of Pestilence, and the last spell being the Stream of Corruption. A very nice tier-shaped spell indeed, and of course, here's a good melee defense buff. Now, I did mean to take the healing spell, but I forgot and I accidentally took the Spirit Leech by mistake. But we'll see if that costs me here in the later stages. So both sides coming forward, of course, Ducky is going to be super fast, really gone all in here on the Daemonette push. Now, these ladies, of course, 54 speed. They're going to be reaching the point before I can, and they're probably going to get through all the way as well. They're going to get to my side before I can. A little bit of a mistake on my micro. I accidentally allowed the Forsaken to get in front, so I changed it around. I allowed the Nurglings to get in front, take hopefully the charge here coming in from the Daemonettes. So a couple of Nurglings here coming out of Kugarth, going to be firing here down the line, taking out some of these lovely ladies, as they are going to be charging in here up against the Nurglings. So a big, huge line coming forward here as they charge in. Look at those balls coming forward. I love the animations here coming from the Nurglings. Super fun indeed. So they take the huge charge here of the Daemonettes. And here you can now see it's going to even it out. And then they're going to push on the top for the good weapon strength here for the Forsaken. Really keeping my Forsaken nice and healthy. The lovely ladies do have so much armor piercing. So the nice fleshy abundance going down the line here. We are going to have the good tier-shaped spell. I actually believe, I forget what it's called here. It's going to be the Stream of Corruption going down the flank. On the point, I do have some Plague Toads of Nurgle ready to go. Ducky is going to be sending down some Marauder Spears. So we are going to get some healing here, thanks to having Kugarth nice and close. Some Marauder Spears here on the point with the Herald of Slaanesh. Here we do have some Spawn of Slaanesh coming through. Good mass indeed. Going to really help here pin out a lot of my infantry and prevent them from getting on the point. So Ducky still hasn't taken point 1 and do have a little bit of pressure there for myself. We are going to be 24 seconds away, so Ducky trying to apply a little bit of pressure and force these toads to have to stay in the back and fight up against these spearmen. In the middle here, we are going to see that pocket opening in the middle for myself. We do get through here with some nice pressure with Kugarth and now come forward here with the Marauder Slaanesh Spears. We are going to get a summon here coming out of Ducky. The Herald of Slaanesh is going to be coming in with some Chaos Furies. Could maybe apply some pressure here up against those Nurglings. I do get a summon of the Plague Drones for myself. I'll move over to the left-hand side to go fight here up against these Marauders. In the middle here, Spears are going to be fighting the Stream of Corruption coming down here up against the Spears. I really wanted to delete them nice and quickly. It doesn't really matter if I damage my own Nurglings because Kugarth is going to heal them. In the middle here, we are going to get a Slicing Shards coming down up against the Forsaken. Should be a lot of damage indeed. So 1, 2, 3 units here fighting up against the Daemonettes. Daemonettes might also take some damage here. Oh, so much work here coming out of that spell. It is really nice here for the cheap Lord. So it looks like here I'm going to be capturing that there for myself for the Nurgle. You can see that little green tick going up. That's going to be me slowly capturing. But we're fighting in the middle, so we did actually have the Furies coming over to fight up against the Plague Drones. Furies will be pretty good up against the Plague Drones. They have a lot of models here, and Plague Drones only come in at about 12. Plague Toads, though, are going to be anti-infantry, really good mass, and that Toad Jitsu is really good here in the front line up against those cheap Marauders. So in the back here, we are going to get the first units of the Marauders coming onto point 1 here for Ducky. Nice quick catcher, of course, here. The infantry does have a lot of capture weight, so it's going to be getting on there doing all the good work. So it looks like we have some of the Hell Scourgers on foot pushing forward here with some more Marauders, and we get a summon here of the Fiends of Slaanesh. 95 speed here for the monstrous infantry, bucketloads of armor piercing the musk as well. Negative melee attack and negative melee defense is really going to bolster in these nice big tight block fights. Spears are going to be here. I wouldn't mind moving into the back, just giving yourself some more time here to allow your reinforcements to come and help support. But of course, we do need to go and help the spawn here, if at all possible. Nurgling and Forsaken pushing on the Daemonettes, and down the floor here, it looks like we do win up against the Marauder Spears. So my Plague Toads now going to be getting on. The Jitsu has been done. The Plague Drones did move off here up against the Fury Summon, and now we're going to be capturing point 3. Tickets are going to be in my favour. It's going to be even 1-on-1. It should be a 2-on-1 here very shortly, but here I'm still going to be taking the lead as I got this capture nice and early. So here we go, 95 speed, backed up here by some more Daemonettes of Slaanesh, 54 speed to get to the front line. It's just absolute absurdity there for infantry, considering their capture weight. In the middle here, the Herald is going to be nice and protected behind the rock. This is really smart from Ducky. Of course, we are going to see any of those Nurglings getting launched here from Kugarth. He'll be firing them here at the front, maybe up against the Marauders. And it looks like here for the majority, I'm going to be pretty much dominating this point. I needed to push forward a little bit more if I could. I do actually have some Plague Toads with a bit of mass coming forward. Might see some Toad Jitsu here, maybe going up against some Fiends. These bad boys have some great animations, somewhere between sort of Scorpions and Anteaters. They are really, really strange, but I really like the aesthetics. They look really cool. So they're going to be charging forward. Look how fast they move. They're coming up here, up against my Toads. Toad Jitsu here, backflips, kicks, somersaults, you name it. These boys certainly put on the show when it's needed. They're going to be fighting quite nicely indeed. In the back here, the Marauders do actually return, so they're actually going to be trying to see if they can capture against my Plague Toads. But it's here, not for long. We should be able to remove those pretty quickly. A little bit still is going to be my Plague Drones. I'd like to see those getting more into the middle, getting involved here up against the Chaos Furies. In the middle here, I actually do get a miasma of Pestilence. Negative melee attack and charge bonus here for the Fiends, which means Ducky's going to quite smartly pull them out. Doesn't really want to be fighting that. Going to pin in here with the Chaos Furies. That's also extremely good, but I do put a slow on them. We are going to be seeing there, I do put the faction ability on. So move forward here with Kugarth. He's going to be getting into the mixture, fighting here 550 weapon strength as he kicks, spits, and does all of those disgusting things he normally does here up against the Fiends. It's going to be another corruption here through the line. Is that going to work correctly? No, it's actually going to get caught up on the rock there. So a little bit of a mistake from myself. These two elements do protect him against that stream. More Nurglings, 1, 2, 3, 4 units coming onto the point, as it looks like Ducky is starting to take the point. He was so close to capturing it in the middle. The Daemonettes, super quick of course, plus the Hell Scourgers, good melee defense, really holding here in the middle. Furies loading up against the Plague Toads. And in the back here, it is still going to be a nice capture. Nothing to protect him. Maybe for myself, I should have got some Plague Toads around the corner. But this battle here was super close indeed. Ducky is so close to capturing this point. I do get the Nurglings on. Does he capture it, though, is the question. He does capture it. So it's going to be 2 points against me. 1.3 coming up against 800 tickets. But now I do have my spawn. Spawn are going to be in brilliant mass here. Can really wrap around as well. 130 weapon strength with poison. But not much armor here coming in for the Slaanesh. Now we do see here a nice stream of corruption down the flank here of the Daemonettes, and hopefully we should see some nice damage. In the middle here we do see some Forsaken, need to be taking those off the battlefield, give them some good healing and return some money. Do shatter down the bottom there up against some Marauders, so now we can start getting those Plague Toads forward, doing all the good work. In the trees, we do see 2 Furies alongside a unit of another unit of the spawn of Nurgle. So we're getting some more mass here in the pocket, but the Furies need to get forward and maybe try and see if we can pin out some of these Daemonettes. And it looks like Ducky is going to respond. So I spawn some, he spawns some, and it becomes a little bit of a mess here in the middle. So it's like here, what are we going to get? We are going to get the Slug, which is actually going to separate to all of them. It's going to be a big slug here. Looks like I did start it on the Lord, and I went all the way across all of these units. In the middle, we do get the Furies inbound. Might try and see if we can fight these, maybe up against the Daemonettes. Need to get them on infantry, really reduce the amount of capture presence we have here. So a nice stream coming through up against the Daemonettes. Lovely damage there in the middle. And now I'm going to be using my Furies to fight up against these Furies, and these Furies to pin up against the Daemonettes, prevent them from getting on the point and helping. So Nurglings here alongside the spawn, now starting to rip apart all these Daemonettes, doing some good work indeed. And here we go, more spawn of Nurgle in. Are we getting any more summons? So we are going to be having some Forsaken. To Jitsu, it's been a little bit around for too long there on the bottom. I'd like to see those getting a little bit more involved. On the floor here, we are going to be seeing the nice spell here from the Slaanesh. The slicing shards coming down on my Nurglings. Very, very good indeed here. And now we can see, starting to get a bit of capture weight. A lot of these Daemonettes are not that tanky. They can't stay around anywhere near as long as Nurgle. Especially with Generation here coming out of Kugarth. Plus that melee defense and leadership really holds here for these Nurglings. Ducky's going to be putting in some more Daemonettes. Going to be backing here with some more Marauder Spears. Pretty cheap, 450 gold cost. Also immune to Psychology. Very important here on the point up against the terror-causing man of Nurgle. For myself, we do actually see some Forsaken backed up by more Chaos Furies. I need some quick, fast response here in the middle to really get on and help. But you can see I am now starting to capture. It's very, very slow, but we are getting ourselves there. We have 1, 2, 3 units on top of each other. Maybe a Stream of Corruption through could finish that off, but we'll have to see here. In the back, the Elder Slaanesh is going to be holding. No, looks like I'm going to dive down maybe on these Daemonettes. I do actually get the curse, prevent them from getting in and fighting my Nurglings, but also here I'm just going to be holding them back from the main fight. So here we go, we have some Toads coming through. They're going to be pretty weak. It might also have been worth maybe taking them off the battlefield, but they are going to be returning. They could fight each other against the Marauders that are coming onto the point. It's super close. This is so slowly capturing from me, but it looks like it is going to be coming to the point. And it's like Ducky has taken the lead, 2,500 up against 2.3. In the middle here, we do see Forsaken charging on, and I do take it. Forsaken come on, and now they can really rip apart the Daemonettes. These bad boys do some work, and Marauders really struggle against Forsaken. So having a mixture here, the Nurglings alongside Forsaken can do some brilliant work in the middle, and especially with that healing here for Kugarth. This man is just unkillable. 14,400 HP for him, and there's honestly not much Ducky can do about it. I'm a little bit surprised earlier on we didn't see a push down the right-hand flank here onto my point 3. I've really left it open. Nurglings are now coming forward. It's like 2 units pushing on here with some Chaos Furies as well. Chaos Furies could fly over, maybe pin off these Marauders of Slaanesh, prevent him from getting some capture weight yet again. The Lord is inbound, and he's done really well here with the Herald of Slaanesh. She's really squishy. 15 armor. She does have 55 melee defense, but, you know, any sort of, overwhelming damage over time, she can fall pretty quickly here. So there we go. I do use the Furies as a bit of mass to pin out the Marauders, trying to make sure. You can see there's a few models here at the back that don't quite get on. You can see that green line there, so it's not going to be able to quite capture it yet. Still capturing here for me, so I'm still going to be having control. Nothing at the back. And over at the top here, we do see some more Fiends. Now, I do use the Curse again. This is going to be slowing them down to 52 speed, giving Ducky less battlefield control. I need to slow as much as possible and have as much control as I can. Keep these Nurglings coming forward. Pretty much Kugarth here and 5 units of Nurglings, maybe with 1 Forsaken, can hold this pretty much against anything that Slaanesh can throw at me. The way Slaanesh needed to play this, which is really unfortunate. Ducky tried so hard to get the Daemonettes forward. He tried to stop me from getting on point 2 and try to keep me in the capture in the back. We see some more Forsaken coming forward. It would have been nice at this moment to see the Fiends and actually get a summon on this side would have been quite optimal for me. Maybe just a unit of the Furies coming forward to get a nice block. I do it here, but it might be a little bit too late. In the middle, we do Shatter here up against the Marauders. There's Fiends going pretty nicely here up against some Nurglings. Daemonettes are pretty much going to be the last standing troops. We have some Marauder Spears coming in. Some of Ducky's own Furies have been summoned. We're now going to be taking the lead, 3.3k up against 3.1, a super close game indeed. My Furies were trying to stop here up against Ducky, but this just shows a very, very good player indeed. He forces them through onto the point and now starts to get some capture weight. The Furies here count for nothing when it comes to capturing these domination points. Now, of course, the Fiends, they are monstrous infantry. I believe they have roughly the same as cavalry, so it's not going to be a huge quick cap, but it's certainly going to help. We do have the Lord coming down. She's going to be trying to support the best she can. As like here from Ducky, we are going to be getting a Cultist of Slaanesh. So the Cultist of Slaanesh here looks like it is going to be on horseback. It's actually going to be a regular horse, which is quite interesting here for Slaanesh. But she's going to be having the summon, so we are going to be having the Gate of Slaanesh. So that's going to be a summon here for the Daemonettes. The lovely ladies could get spawned here, and maybe coming in the back. Their mobility to come around the sides could certainly help here indeed. So in the sky, we pin in using Narcissism. Very nice stuff. That's a faction ability there coming in from Slaanesh. And then we did try to move forward here for some Forsaken. They're going to get pinned in by the Chaos Furies. And it looks like here the Furies did fall from me. Capture weight coming in for the Fiends. Very nice work from Ducky. 4,000 up against 3,400 here from Ducky. What do we have else coming forward? So we have some Furies coming downtown. Have some Nurglings as well. Brilliant capture weight for them. Still coming forward and using the slug. So I noticed this. I wanted to slow it. I wanted to prevent it from getting to the front line. Kugarth moves forward just to make sure we can now really hold capture point 2. I think I actually was looking, I think I was throwing some ammunition at the Marauder Spears, and he ended up going up in combat. I didn't put him on defensive mode. But Nurglings are going to be at the front point, so if anything tries to charge on, Nurglings can go forward and just hold. So this moment here at the back, I am going to be winning. It's pretty close to the end here. We do see 2 Chaos Furies coming down. We are going to see the Musk giving that -5 melee attack and melee defense. Really good there from the Fiends. Very good in a blob fight indeed. And we are going to be having the Herald. So it looks like we are going to get the summon. It's actually going to be in front of the spawn of Nurgle. Very smart from Ducky, so we can pin off the spawn of Nurgle. It looks like here, though, we are going to be able to get on the point. No, we're not going to be able to get on the point. Ducky actually moves the Daemonettes through, I think. Yeah, he's moving them through. He could have actually used them to pin off the Nurgle. So the spawn of Nurgle here could have been stopped from getting on the point. But we might have got a bit of capture in here. I am going to be capturing a little bit, mostly due to the Nurglings. We, of course, do have some Forsaken in there as well. But we just have enough capture weight on here to be really getting the good work. Of course, the Daemonettes don't count for anything, as they are going to be summons. And Ducky at this moment... looks like he's not going to be summoning much. We do have some spears at the back. I do try and push him with some spawn of Nurgle. He pins off with the spears. I am going to be killing him, but he must keep point 1. In the middle, the boy's still going to be going strong, moving around to Forsaken as well. So if he does capture point 3, so I do get it back here. More Nurglings coming forward to the front line. A little bit of a straight line animation here coming from me. There's still a few bugs here in the game. But yeah, we can see that Nurglings at the front. Going to be fighting here up against one Slaanesh. Unfortunately here the Daemonettes weren't enough to remove the Nurglings. And unfortunately here the Chaos Furies and the Cultists are just not going to be enough to hold this backside. Still pushing forward here, we do see the spawn are now going to be going. We're actually starting to capture point 1 here. The Nurglings coming forward, trying to get these spawns slapping up in the front line here. Just going, oh my god, absolute boxers here in the front line, smashing apart the Marauders. Very nice work. And that is going to be the win here for the Nurgle. And maybe a little bit longer, could have seen the triple cap. GG's well played to my opponent though, Rubber Duck of War, an absolute legend. Really enjoy playing against him. So I will be leaving a link there to his YouTube. He makes some amazing content, so please do go check him out. It will be down there in the comments. It will be pinned at the top. So a great game from him, and I really loved his Daemonette push. So we had 5 units of Daemonettes charging in the front line up against the Nurgle. 2,265 here from the Herald of Slaanesh. Those slicing shards, very strong indeed. Plus coming in with those spells, the Slaanesh magic is very good at like buffing and debuffing, and it's a very, very good sniping tool indeed. So we've got 750 and 550 there for the Marauders, with 960, 520, 730, 600, and 713 for the Daemonettes. For the back arms, we've got 1,351, so very strong there from the Fiends, of course, 1.3k value. Got 8 kills, 188 there for the Cultist, and 270 for the Spawn of Slaanesh. We're going to get 550, 550, 160, and it's like 0 there for the last ones. But yeah, pretty much paying for themselves. They have good armor-piercing values for Slaanesh, maybe even the best in the game. They're very strong indeed here from these Furies. We got 380 as well as 500, 0 and 0 there from the Marauders, and the regular anti-infantry Marauders at 180 and 140. So Kugarth, of course, no healing for him. Looks like he didn't even need it in the end. I actually did enough spells to get the passive healing just to keep Kugarth going. So 269 kills for 3,128 damage value, 35,000 damage dealt. This boy is so strong. I think he's really, really underestimated on how powerful he truly is. 513, 153 kills, 990, 99 kills for 1,570, 474, 488, 805, 518, and 308 there for the Nurglings. So for my reinforcements, we've got only 423 there for the Plague Drones, 1.3k cost for them, so they came quite under par. But of course, they get ripped apart here by the Chaos Furies. They get ripped apart pretty nicely. 145 kills, 606, and 96 kills to 770 there for the Spawn of Nurgle. 781 there for the Pox Riders. Pretty fun indeed. They cost 1,000 gold. I don't particularly see them as that much stronger than the regular Plague Toads, but they're pretty fun to bring if you've got the extra cash. 0 and 0 here for the extra Forsaken. 108 kills, 430 there for the Plague Toads. The Toad Jitsu is very strong indeed, and 434 there for the second unit. 701, 1,200, 720 there for the Chaos Furies. And I'll just use them as a really, really fast battering ram and a bit of a blockade there to stop Ducky getting all of these cheap units and lots of infantry there on the points to really help capture. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you did, please smash that like button. It really, really helps here on the channel. If you haven't already, do feel free to leave a comment. I'd love to know all your thoughts and opinions. What's been your favorite unit? What's your favorite map? Do let me know all of these amazing things. If you haven't, do feel free to subscribe. I've had so much support recently, so thank you to so much of all of you here that have been subscribing, liking, commenting, and doing all of those amazing things. If you haven't already, check out that description. You can find all my other social media platforms, including Ducky's as well, with most importantly that Twitch, which I will be streaming tonight, and also that Discord. I'm revamping it, trying to upgrade it, bringing in some bots, bringing in some extra sections where you guys can have some good fun. So other than that, I've been your boy Logic. Take care of yourself during these times, and I'll see you all very, very soon.